everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some cooking for you. Yes, I am super hungry, so I want to make something yummy, hearty, and not too heavy. So this is going to be some meatballs that I'm going to be making, and I'm going to make them a little bit keto friendly, so that instead of using some rice or something on the side, I'm going to be using cauliflower rice. And I'm not going to be using too many ingredients to create my meatballs. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to be using some ground chuck and a little package of ranch dressing to create the meatballs, and then we'll put some sauce on them, and I'll explain everything, and of course I'll have the recipe as I did it in the description box below. Of course you can change it up any way you want, because usually that's what I end up doing. So let's get to cooking. Alright, so I'm using a pound of ground beef. You could use turkey or ground chicken, even ground pork, whatever your favorite ground meat is. And I'm going to add a whole package of this ranch salad dressing mix. Now, you can buy the obvious, the national brand, but I've bought my store brand. It is just as good. So I'm going to use that to season my meat. I'm not even going to put any eggs or anything else in there. Alright, so I'm just going to use a fork, and I'll probably end up using my hands as well to mix this up and get all that yummy flavor into the meat. And then I'll form some little meatballs. Alright, now that I've blended in the seasoning packet for the ranch dressing into my meat, I'm going to go ahead and start making some little meatballs. I'm just going to take some little, maybe 1-inch diameter, 1.5-inch diameter little meatballs such as this. We want them to cook fast, so we're going to make a whole bunch of these. Alright, so let me go ahead and continue making them, and then we'll start to cook in this. Alright, so I've managed to roll out about 16 of these little meatballs. They're not all exactly the same size, but they're close in size. Okay, so now I'm going to chop up some onion, and we're going to go to the stove. Alright, so I chopped up a whole onion. Well, actually, I just kind of sliced it up. I didn't really chop it. So this is it, just some little thin slices. You can do this chopped up if you prefer. You can leave out the onions if you want. Alright, so now I have a nice hot pan here. I had it on high heat, and I'm going to be lowering that to a medium to high heat now. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so of some oil, and I'm going to be using avocado oil. You can use coconut oil, or if you want to use your extra virgin olive oil for this. Alright, so I'm going to start dropping in my little meatballs. Alright, so all we're doing is browning the meatballs, so I'm going to let them brown on one side, and then I'm going to turn them and just continue turning them till they're brown on pretty much almost all the sides. Okay, so it takes about a minute to brown one side, so now I'm just flipping them over as best as I can. Alright, so after about another minute, we're going to add in the onions, whether they're sliced or chopped. And just kind of gently toss them around. You don't want to beat up your meatballs, but you want to get those onions into the oil, and let's start cooking them so they get a little translucent. After about a minute, I'm going to add some julienne carrots in there. That is completely up to you if you want to add that. I bought a package of already julienne. They're just little matchstick size pieces of carrot. And that's about a half a cup that I'm adding in there. Alright, I failed to mention that I did cover it. Now, it's been about 2 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and uncover. Yeah, that looks really good. The little carrots have gotten a little soft. Not too soft, but at least they've cooked down some. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to add a whole can. This is a 15-ounce can of enchilada sauce, and I got it in medium. At my store, I can find it in a mild, a medium, and a hot. I went ahead and I went for the medium. I do like the mild one, but I went ahead and went for a little bit of extra spice. So that's up to you if you want to add any spice to your meal. Now, if you do not find an enchilada sauce, you can use a can of tomato sauce, and then just season it with some garlic powder, some cumin powder, and some chili powder. And just do that to your taste, and that'll give it a similar flavoring, all right? And here I have some beef broth. I did grab the unsalted only because I don't want to add any extra salt to my meal. And it's up to you if you want to do so. I'm going to add about a cup of this in here. I just want to add enough so that my meatballs are covered, or at least almost covered. All right, that's good enough. Now, I didn't lower the temperature or anything, just because I added, cold items such as the beef broth and the enchilada sauce. They're just room temperature. They're not really cold, but all that just kind of make my pan, cool off some. It was sizzling hot before, and again, I have it at medium to high heat. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that for about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up and just let it get back to its simmering point and let those meatballs cook some. And then we're going to add some cauliflower rice and cook it for about another 7 to 10 minutes. But we'll wait till that. First, let's give this about 10 minutes and we'll be back. All right, so it's almost been 10 minutes and I've had this covered up and I've left it at the medium to high heat. But I've gone ahead and I've lowered it to medium heat. It is bubbling up. So I'm gonna uncover it and let it cook for the next couple of minutes uncovered. So maybe some of that sauce will render down a little bit, all right? Now, I want to make sure that I also tell you that if you are not going to be using the enchilada sauce, now the enchilada sauce has all the seasonings and all the flavor for this, including salt and pepper. And you notice that I did not add any of that. So if you're not going to use the enchilada sauce and you're going to use a tomato sauce, I mentioned to use some powdered garlic, cumin, some chili powder, but I failed to tell you, add your salt and pepper. So that is all up to you and to your taste of how much you're going to add it to. So just give it a little bit of a taste. And let's keep on going here. We just need another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add my cauliflower rice to that. All right, so here's my cauliflower rice. Now I buy the steam bag, so all I had to do was stick it in the microwave for about 4 to 5 minutes, and I've gone ahead and done so, giving it a bit of a kick to its cooking time. So I'm going to go ahead and now and pour all of this into my pot with my meatballs and that yummy sauce, and I want to get that cauliflower to pick up that flavor. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells so delicious. I wish you could smell this. All right, so I'm going to leave it like this for about 5 or 7 minutes. I think I had said earlier 7 to 10 minutes, but because I put the cauliflower rice in the microwave, I'm going to go ahead and cut some time, and I'm going to look at it 5 to 7 minutes from now. Now, the whole process of cooking this and doing a little bit of the chopping up may take about 35 minutes. It doesn't take very long to prepare this meal, and it's very simple. So we're just going to leave it there for another 5 or 7 minutes, and we'll be back and check on it. And I'm going to leave this uncovered. All right, so just about 5 minutes later, look at that. My meatballs are done. This smells incredible. I gave it a little bit of a taste just to make sure that that enchilada sauce has the right seasoning for me. It did, so I don't have to add anything extra. Let's take a look at that close up. Oh my goodness. Look at that, guys. Yum. All right, it's time to serve some up. All right, everyone, now this soup is delicious just as it is, but I'm going to add some little toppings. So I've got here some shredded up lettuce that I'm going to add on top here just to give it a little bit of a coolness to my little soup. Of course, I've got some extra little carrots that I can also place on top, give it a little extra crunch, and some sliced up radishes because I think that just makes it look so pretty, and I love the crunch of these radishes, especially after they've been, kind of soaking up that sauce. They taste delicious. I'm also going to top them off with some fresh avocado. Now you can do some slices. I've gone ahead and just did some little squares, just a little diced up avocado. And one more thing, I'm going to top it off with some French fried onions. Yes, I'm going to do that because, I like to be a little extra, and I want my soup to be super hearty, and I want to fill up but not be too heavy. And of course you're thinking, that looks heavy. Well, it really isn't because it's not a very big serving. All right. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Let's pick up some of them onions on there. I want to chop up a piece of that meatball right there. A little bit of onion, some avocado. You know what? I'm just going to grab some lettuce from over here. and top of my spoonful right there. Let me give it a taste. Yummy, crunchy. I love the spices. That enchilada sauce gave it just the right flavor that I'm looking for. I'm craving enchiladas, but I can't eat the tortillas, you know, because of the extra carbs. So this is actually a keto friendly. Now, not too much on the fried onions, but again, it's not too much that I topped it off with. So there you go, everyone. Those are my delicious meatballs, and I think I want to call this a meatball enchilada soup. I don't know. What do you think? But for now, we're just going to say these are some nice keto friendly meatballs that you can try. Well, all right, everyone, I'm going to enjoy my little meatballs, this little concoction that I've created. I hope that you enjoyed it. Oh my God, I want to take another bite. But first, I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a kind comment down below. And let me know what you think of my little recipe for these keto-friendly meatballs. It's a little enchilada soup. What do you think? All right. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. So hit that red subscribe button down below, and also that little notification bell so that you get notified of my videos as soon as I upload them. Thank you all very much for watching, and as always, enjoy.